Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. The Israeli Defense Forces have ordered residents of Khan Yunis to evacuate as it prepares to launch an unprecedented attack. People were ordered to move towards Al-Mawazi in the west of the Strip in one of the largest evacuation orders issued by the Israeli military in recent months. A statement said the area will be considered a dangerous combat zone, adding terrorist organizations have brought you disaster. For your safety, evacuate immediately. The IDF launched a major new Gaza offensive on Saturday, named Operation Gideon's Chariots. Hospitals have said that more than 100 people have been killed in the last 24 hours alone. The former US President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with prostate cancer that has spread to his bones. The discovery was made on Friday after he reported urinary symptoms, which led doctors to find a small nodule on his prostate. The cancer is a more aggressive form of the disease, and Mr. Biden and his family are reviewing treatment options. The 82-year-old left office in January as the oldest serving US president in history, and questions about his health dogged his first term, leading him to end his run for re-election late in his campaign.
Once we have figured out what is going on, then we start with an systemic therapy, which is some kind of an hormonal treatment to block interaction of testosterone with the prostate cancer. Prostate cancer loves testosterone. So if we block it in one form or the other, it helps. When the cancer is trying to escape out and getting into the bones and all those things, then what we talk systemic therapy or a combination therapy is used. And that's exactly what will be used here.
Mexicans are mourning the death of 2 young Navy cadets who were killed on Saturday when the training tall ship they were on crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge.
The bridge is shaking out there.
20-year-old America Sanchez and 23-year-old Adal Jaya Maldonado Marcos were among the 277 crew members on board the Mexican Navy's sailing ship when its 3 masts snapped as they hit the bridge. According to Mexican media, Sanchez was one of the cadets who was standing on top of the masts at the time of the accident. 22 other crew members were injured, 3 of them critically. France will build a new high-security prison in its overseas territory of French Guiana to house drug traffickers and radical Islamists. That's according to the country's justice minister. Gerald Darmanin said the prison would target organised crime at all levels of the drug supply chain. The €400 million facility, which could open as early as 2028, will be built in an isolated location deep in the Amazon jungle in its northwestern region. Portugal's governing right-of-centre Democratic Alliance has won snap parliamentary elections, the third in as many years, again falling short of a majority. Its leader, Luis Montenegro, promised supporters to stimulate investment and to guarantee prosperity and social justice. The socialist leader, Pedro Nuno Santos, announced his resignation after his party finished in second and lost so many seats it ended up neck and neck with the far-right's Chega, a relative newcomer.
This is the first UK-EU summit.
A new UK-EU deal signals a new era in relations. That's according to the UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer, who announced a wide-ranging agreement on food, fishing, defence and passport checks. However, the Conservative leader, Kemi Badenoch, has accused the Prime Minister of taking the country backwards with the new deal.
We've struck an SPS deal to make food and agricultural trade with the EU cheaper and easier, and that is slashing red tape and bureaucracy. We've also struck a new defence and security partnership to strengthen our cooperation and strengthen our security, which is vital in this dangerous new era.
Hi everyone, some personal news. Last week I shared a post here on Instagram that contained an emoji that has awful connotations.
And the BBC has confirmed the former England football striker Gary Lineker will leave his presenting roles sooner than planned. His departure comes after he shared an Instagram post about Zionism that included a drawing of a rat, historically used as an anti-Semitic insult. In a new statement, Lineker says, "I recognise the error and upset that I caused, and I reiterate how sorry I am." Last year, Lineker announced his departure from Match of the Day, but said he would still present the FA Cup and World Cup coverage next season. He will now leave after the final Match of the Day of the season on Sunday. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.